What is up, everyone? This is Hannibal of Carthage, and this is a 2v2 siege battle for Rome Total War. So, good news, I was able to figure out how to get Rome Total War to be full screen rather than what it was before, and so now we won't have to worry about those annoying black bars on the sides, and it'll just make these videos look all the better. So, I hope you guys will like that, because I definitely do. It's nice to be able to see the game full screen rather than have just basically empty space on either side. Anyways, let's get this battle started. So, this is, like I said, it was a 2v2 siege, and I am on the attacking side. I am Macedon, and my ally is Greece, and we're playing against Rome and Britain. So I made a number of mistakes in this battle. I didn't support my ally like I should have, and so we do end up losing. I'm going to give that away now, but the reason why I wanted to say this is because otherwise I'm going to have to point out a ton of times that I did this wrong, and really the reason why we lost this battle is because of my fault, but the reason why I wanted to show you guys this battle anyways was because it was still a fun battle. I enjoyed it. I hope they did. And the armies that were brought were kind of fun, and I had some fun with these onagers that you see in front of me, so, well, you see on the screen, I guess. Anyways, so my army setup consists of, originally I had 8 of these phalanx pikemen, and it was a really low money battle, so I don't believe I have any upgrades, maybe on my cav, but I started with 8 phalanx pikemen, but I realized that that broke the rules, and so I sent these 2 phalanx pikemen off the map, just so I was playing fair. And then behind them I have 5 units of Cretan archers. And then for my cavalry, because it is a siege, I didn't bring much. I have 1 unit of companion cavalry, where my general is right there, and 1 unit of Macedonian cav. Honestly, I think Macedon probably has the coolest looking cav in the whole game, but that's just my opinion. And like I said, right here in the middle, I have 1 unit of heavy onagers. It's either onagers or onagers, I'm not really sure. I'm gonna go with onagers. I'm gonna go look at my ally quick first before I get the defenders. Okay, so my ally, like I said, he's playing as Greece. He brought 4 units of armored hoplites, and then 4 units of Spartan hoplites with his general right here. And then on the battering rams, he has 1 unit of archers and then 4 units of Cretan archers. These guys are preparing to fire here. Alright, so let's go over Rome. Rome, you don't see very many players bring Pre-Marian Roman units, but that's exactly what this guy did, so that's what was one of the reasons why I wanted to show you guys this battle, because like I said, he brought a Pre-Marian unit army, so I don't know, it was pretty fun, and that he did that. And so anyways, let's see here, it looks like he has, I believe, 4 units of these Roman archers, and then as his first line of defense for infantry, he has 4 units of hastati, which I believe are the only light infantry unit that Rome has, which is why Rome's so dangerous. But anyways, he also brought 4 units of Principes. There's 2 there and 2 here. And back here, he has 2 units of Triarii and 1 unit of Samnite gladiators with his general, I believe. There he is. Gladiators in this game are actually really good. If you use them correctly, they can be amazing fighters. So this was a smart choice. Excuse me. And then facing me is Britain, and Britain's infantry is just in a giant blob right here. And so when I batter down the wall, I was going to be attempting to target them with my onagers. But let's see here. Britain, to the best of my knowledge, he has 4 to 5 chosen swordsmen in this blob. His general, amazingly, is not in that blob. I looked and looked and looked, It's not in there. Eventually I found him over here. But anyways, Britain also brought 5 units of head hurlers, and I was a little too nervous of these head hurlers. They can do extreme damage to your men if you let them, especially to tightly bunched infantry, which is exactly what I have. So I was definitely worried about these guys, but I was overly cautious, and that was one of the things I did that didn't help this battle. But anyways, excuse me, a little bit of a dry throat. Anyways, and over here he has 2 units of druids, which is smart when it comes to barbarian faction, and his general is one of these units here. Let's see. I know his general is in with one of these druid units. I'm just not seeing him. There he is, right there. Alright, and then over here, Britain did bring 1 unit of British heavy chariots. They wouldn't do much against pikes, but against our archers they would be pretty effective. So anyways, I'm going to unpause this now, and I'm going to fast forward a little. Like I said, these guys run off. So I'm not going to show you much on my side for a while. For the most part, it's just going to be this, me battering down the walls. I'm going to switch back over, because I do get a really good hit on these chosen swordsmen. That was really cool. But I'm mainly going to focus on my ally here for a while. Alright, so there I busted down the gate. My onagers. Fast forward. I'll do a double. No, that's fine. He said not too much happened in the very beginning there.
Show no mercy! The enemy walls are down. Make sure their soldiers are buried beneath their ruins.
Because it's a siege, there are going to be a number of cutscenes. It's just kind of how it goes. I'm sure you've heard that before. So one thing I'm going to be attempting to do with my Total War videos is, if I just go silent or something, it's because, I mean, obviously you guys can kind of tell what's going on. I'll explain stuff if I feel the need to, but I don't feel it.
Show no mercy! The enemy walls are down. Make sure their soldiers are buried beneath their ruins.
Anyways, I don't feel it's necessary to narrate every little bit of the video, so I'm going to be changing that a little. So if I just go silent, then know that I have a reason for it. I'm not just, out of words and just don't think it's necessary to narrate this, because it's obvious kind of what's going on. So if I, feel the need to say something, I will, but just to let you guys know. But anyways, so now that I've busted down the walls over here, I'm having fun with my onagers, like I said. I'm trying to target these guys, but his head hurlers, but because they're in this formation, I'm not really doing much damage to them, and I'm just lighting whole city blocks on fire, which is kind of fun to watch. These aren't going to be the only buildings I set on fire. I do believe eventually I move my army forward, actually, and my onagers forward to get a little better target on this giant blob here, because it's highly improbable that I will hit them with my flaming shot of my onagers, but if I do, because they're in such a giant blob, I could get some massive casualties and help us out really well if I manage to hit them. But I'll only get 1 or 2 hits on them before they decide to move away. It's like the fire's dying down. Well, maybe not. We're building some collapse here. So Greece is finally moving forward. These archers have pretty much driven their own archers off. Rome wants to save his. They are trying to get these Hastati. If I were him, I really wouldn't have used Flame. So there we go. Britain did send in his chariots and got some decent kills on these Cretans, but just because of the overwhelming numbers, the chariots did end up breaking. So, but it was a good idea. In any case, like I said, I wouldn't have necessarily used flaming arrows just because really they're less accurate, and flame is best used for when you have the enemy surrounded and you're just trying to break them, or your men are in a fight that was. No, wait for the cutscene just in case. All right, so like I said, flame's also good for if your men are in a fight that they could win, as long as you give them, the enemy just a little bit of a morale penalty using flaming arrows or something like that. So pretty soon here I'm gonna get a really good hit on this blob, not in the middle, but still gonna get a really good hit on him. So I kind of wanna go over here for a little while. Nothing much is gonna happen on the Greek side for just a moment or so. It's close. Within one or two shots here, I'm gonna get a really good hit. That might be it. See, I'm getting really close. I think it's this next one I'm gonna get a really good hit on it. No, guess not. Well, now this whole block is on fire. I'm also at one point gonna get a pretty good hit on his Triarii, but there we go, that one might be. Nope. Just helping this stay on fire. I'm gonna zoom over Greece here in a moment. There we go. Boom, right there. That was an amazing hit. Probably 20 or 30 deaths right there. I mean, that could pretty much like halve just one unit alone. So he's gonna run his men away. I do think I end up getting a pretty good hit on these Triarii. I might have already said that, but in any case, Greece is trying to force his way in. And it was at this point I should have moved in. I didn't. I decided to stay back and just hang out with my onagers, which in the end didn't work out so well for us, because attacking is always harder. And because I don't attack when Greece does, it allows Britain and Rome to focus on Greece instead of splitting them up as well. In any case, Greece is getting some punishment here from the Roman Pila, so Saudi are moving in. The other thing I'd like to do with my Rome videos is try to get some more close-ups. I mean, I don't feel like I get enough close-ups of just the actual battle itself, which is pretty fun to watch. So I'm going to attempt to try to do that as well. Over here, the Romans have the Greeks a little better penned in, but they are going to start surrounding them over here. I believe it's only Hastati right now. And unfortunately, I mean, this really isn't a fight best suited for Phalanx troops. You want them to be spread out as much as possible to be able to focus as many pikes as possible onto the enemy. Still, the Hastati are breaking, but they're going to do some decent casualties to the Greeks just because they don't have as good a formation as they possibly could. And here, like I said, Britain's able to back him up because I'm doing absolutely nothing. And Greece is just slowly getting surrounded. He's doing pretty well on this flank. On this side, not so much. That's the issue, is when they're trying to come through the gate, just squeeze them into this narrow formation that totally disrupts their fighting power. think Rome's actually going to attempt to let him in. Yeah, see, he's just drawing him into the trap. See, now they're out of formation, and they're not going to be as powerful. I mean, they're going to be decent with swords, but definitely not as good as if they were in a decent phalanx formation.
Gods! Our soldiers have done well this day. The walls are taken!
Yeah, that's not me, that's Greece. Chosen warriors, this is like their playground. Barbarian units are great when it's just a giant melee, mess of a melee. Rather than a, not civilized, but organized fight. Where, like one phalanx unit attacks another or something. Barbarian units are great for just giant melees, and this is exactly what it is, so Britain's gonna do really well. In the end though, Greece did a really good job for the fact that I didn't support him at all. No doubt helped by the fact that he has Spartans, which are a really good unit. But unfortunately, they're just being surrounded. But Rome actually has a number of units that have routed. But neither defender have brought in their entire armies, so. Greece is just slowly being destroyed. Which is mostly my fault, like I said, because I didn't support him like I should have. Spartans doing a great job cutting down enemies. Here's the Greek general and how long he's gonna last. Let's watch him. Oh, no, there he goes.
The leader of the Allies has been slain! This loss is hard for us, but harder still for his own people!
And that causes a mass rout on that side, and then which affects these guys, and that's pretty much what's left. That's pretty much Greece is gone now, I guess, at this point. Besides his archers, and they're just going to be chased down. Like I said, Greece did a really good job. I mean, he caused a fair number of casualties on our opponents. But defenders always have a much bigger advantage. So I'm finally moving into this point. I did send in my cav to chase off the head hurlers and try to kill them off. So now they're over here. They did take some casualties though. I was chasing down some routing infantry, trying to make sure they didn't come back. So at this point I was kind of thinking, well, maybe if I rush my troops over to the town square, maybe I can kind of get it before Rome and Britain truly come back, but I just didn't see that working. I mean, they started to move back here pretty quick. But I am going to move forward. That's the other thing, is in these narrow streets, the phalanx formation isn't going to be as effective, because it's much easier for them to get all separated and messed up, which is exactly what the defenders want. And you just have some head hurlers left, which are going to do some pretty decent damage to me. And because it was a low money battle, I wasn't able to bring royal pikemen, which are pretty decent pikes. I was only able to bring phalanx pikemen, and they're okay, not great. But I also wasn't able to upgrade them at all. So, whereas Britain pretty much put all of his money into his chosen swordsman. So not only did he bring really good units, but he brought a lot. He upgraded them a lot. So he definitely brought quality over quantity, which paid out in the end. Because normally, and I didn't know how upgraded they were at the time, but normally my pikes wouldn't have had any trouble with their chosen swordsman. But as you're gonna see, his chosen swordsman just destroy my pikes. I mean, I really do any damage to him. I might get a kill or two, but now Rome's coming back, so Britain's, smart. He's gonna be bringing troops up around, so that means I'm actually having to basically defend in their city, attacking here. I'm gonna have to have troops blocking here and then move up, and it just becomes a nightmare. I do have my cavalry somewhere over here that I'm going to attempt to charge down this way, but Rome still does have his a lot of his triarii, I believe. I believe so. Look at all the dead bodies over here. It's one thing that I think is really kind of cool about the Total War games. It just shows realistically just the mess that war creates. And it's also kind of fun to see all the different colors and whatever, without it being obviously overly gruesome, which is nice. Now maybe Rome lost most of his triarii, but still, 2 units of cav is not going to make a difference when it comes to just this massive infantry. So here he's falling back a little from this choke point, which is actually a really smart decision. He's bringing his troops a little bit back, which...
Fear has overcome your allies. Escape is all they seek. Look to your own defense.
Which does exactly that to me. My troops move forward, break out of phalanx formation, and they rout, which routes the unit behind them. Which these chosen swordsmen just start to get crazy amounts of kills. It was ridiculous. I was really worried at this point, and all I have is my archers to try to stop him. I mean, these guys, I believe at least one of them comes back, but now my phalanx are just out of formation, and his chosen warriors can do an incredible job. So yeah, here he stopped my cavalry from going further, and because of that, now they're just gonna get stalled, and they're gonna start dying. And they have plenty more units to kill me with. Even the Roman player even has some hastati left, which is amazing. And my general's gonna, there he is, protected for now, but I am bringing these guys down. I should have been running them to try to support. And there goes my Macedonian cavalry. At this point now, I'm just trying to survive. I have my archers behind and 1 or 2 units of pikes just mixed in, but they're not too worried about it, and he's sending these chosen swordsmen after these archers that would run away. Last stand of my general. Here he is. See how long he lasts. Getting kills. He has some support from the phalanx, but there he goes.
The general has thrown away his life and now feeds the carrion birds. His men may soon be bird feed too.
It's pretty much like I said. I'm pretty much just defending myself now. I have 2 phalanx units here, and 1 very depleted unit here with a whole bunch of archers behind. But as soon as these guys get taken out, and they're already, they're out of formation.
Great gods be praised! The enemy general is killed! Fear makes a home in our enemies' hearts.
Somehow I did manage to kill the British general there at the very end. I believe I just admit defeat because at this point it's useless. My Macedonian cav did come back and somehow I managed to rout these guys. But there's more infantry here waiting for me. So this is all that's left of my force. A bunch of archers and some very depleted phalanx units. And then those guys over there, which are decent, but they're gonna get, surrounded, and then these guys for some reason actually started holding out. I was kind of confused, especially when they had been running all that time. Managed to rout some Romans actually. Here we go. These guys are now breaking. And now all that's left is these few guys who are holding out and these archers. Most of them probably aren't even getting killed because they're firing into the building.
This is a dark day.
Here we go.
The staunchest efforts of our soldiers were not enough for victory.
And there I did mid defeat, so good game to them. I did enjoy the game even if I made some mistakes. Like I said, one of the main reasons why I wanted to show you guys this battle is just because I got that really cool hit with the onagers that did some really good damage. And then Roman, you usually don't see Britain being played. You don't usually see barbarian factions being played a lot, especially in sieges. You also don't see Pre-Marian units a lot in games. So that was also pretty fun. And then just how well the Greek player did. So it was still a good battle. In any case, I deployed 1,501 men and had 814 kills with 670 men remaining. My ally, he deployed 1,045 men, had 937 kills with 65 men remaining. So that was the thing, is he fought to the death, my men ran away. So even then it shows you. A lot of that was probably those two units I had to run away, so because each unit was like 120 something, so that's 240 men who didn't even participate in the battle. So that probably contributed to a fair amount of the 670 men remaining for me. But anyways, the Roman player, he deployed 1,169 men, had 930 kills with 325 men remaining, and the Britain player had deployed 906 men with 858 kills and 256 men remaining. So good game to all of them, and I actually kind of want to check and see here. My companion cavalry, they got one more kill than deaths. Cretan archers 55 kills. The archers did pretty well. 55 kills, 67 kills, 75 kills, 94 kills. My archers did pretty good. My pikemen, these guys got 40 kills. Let's see here. Those guys were the ones who ran. 19 kills. Yeah, lost 98, killed 19, lost 117. These guys both lost 117. He killed 18. These guys did a little better. Killed 65, killed 40. So my pikemen didn't really perform all that well. Archers once again 54. My heavy onagers, look at that, 113 kills for my onagers. And a lot of that was that giant hit there at the end. So that was pretty awesome. My cavalry and archers pretty much performed well. My pikemen, which is what I was trying to win with, failed me. But anyways, I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys later.